Breathe, compose, make space, act with purpose. The moment you actively get shot by another player in Arc Raiders, one thing starts: confrontation. No matter how you taught yourself to deal with confrontations until now, you can better your outcome by applying the Bushido Code, the way of the warrior. Make sure to watch until the end of the video and learn all of the important steps so you can apply the Bushido Code in your next battle in Arc Raiders. Step number 1. Breathe. The gate of death is nearby at every moment, only a breath away. Miyamoto Musashi. Our body can only react to confrontations the way we taught it unconsciously over the years of your life. Being aware of your breathing is the first step that can help you keep calm with the stress that a sudden confrontation might bring. While Arc Raiders is just a video game, it simulates the sudden bullets ripping through the air so well with its incredible sound design. It can and will make your body react to a sudden ambush, especially when you are carrying a loot so precious because you spent the last 10 minutes of your life to gather the ingredients you need to further your progression back in Esperanza. The Bushido Code will lead you to a direction where you let go mentally of these possessions in order for you to be able to be in the moment. If you're focusing on protecting your valuables instead to turn your consciousness inward, you will ironically increase the chance that you lose what your body and mind was desperately trying to protect. In order to make better strategic decisions, your mind has to keep calm and be present in the moment. One thing that will bring you back to the present moment is by breathing consciously. A shallow, short breathing will activate your flight, freeze, or flee instinctual reactions, while a deep, long, and calm breaths will keep your parasympathetic system alive, which is designed to relax, open, and calm your mind in the midst of the emotional storm. Step number 2. Compose yourself. Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. Miyamoto Musashi. You just got shot, and someone or multiple people are now hunting you and possibly your teammates. You might be in an open field, which is a strategical nightmare, or you might be stuck in a tiny room with only one way out. Wherever you are right now, do not try to bend reality, because a bent reality means inevitably bending yourself and live a lie to yourself instead of composing yourself so you can make strategic decisions calmly. Your emotional storm is probably not yet over by now, but that doesn't mean you can't control your mind at any given moment. Do not waste your time blaming and cursing the outside sources. Why are they shooting us? Why is there no cover? Where are my teammates? Instead of giving away your own power to outside sources by blaming others, compose yourself. Keep calm and look inward to make strategic decisions that will increase your survivability by tenfold. Why are they shooting at us? Doesn't matter. Probably just want our loot. Nothing personal. It is what it is. Why are there no cover? Better run and find cover as soon as possible. Where are my teammates? Find cover, look around, survey the area, identify the positions of your teammates, regroup ASAP. Your mind is your strongest weapon. Keep your mind as calm as a vast body of undisturbed water. Know your own tools and button combinations in Arc Raiders so your inner water can stay calm and make the best decisions in the moment. Step number 3. Make space. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Miyamoto Musashi. In a chaotic combat situation, many different emotions will arise, no matter how prepared you are. You can mitigate the emotional impact by being prepared beforehand, similar to the "it is what it is" approach, but when the moment is here, your body will have an emotional reaction. There is a difference in talking about the storm and standing in the middle of one. How long and how deep this emotional reaction will affect you is up to you. Do not waste time blaming the storm for the situation you are in. It is you, yourself, who got you in this situation in the first place. Lead your time and resources to a place where you can make better mental decisions. You will not be able to control what's going to happen to you, but you can control how you are going to react to it. Making space in this sense means make space between the emotions and yourself. Do not be the anger, desperation, or helplessness. Detach and observe the anger. Observe desperation or observe helplessness. By observing, you are helping yourself to not identify with the current emotions and make space between you and said emotions. The second you identify with anger or other emotions, you will make angry decisions that might hurt your chances of survival. In this minute space that has been created by you, you can make conscious strategic decisions that will significantly raise your chances of survival. No one will say it is easy, but here in Arc Raiders, we have the chance to repeat and train in every confrontation. The goal is not to be better than others. The goal is to be better than the yesterday you. Step number 4, final step. Act with purpose. The calmest person, not the strongest or loudest, is the most dangerous in a confrontation. Miyamoto Musashi. When you successfully detached and observed your emotions, scanned your surroundings, and made mental note where everything is located that brings you advantages, then it is now time to act. Act with purpose. Act with the principles of the Bushido Code. Embrace fearlessness. Transcend fear into power. Fight as if you are already dead, to not succumb into fear, pain, failure, or death. Act as if your mind has become so sharp and make the decisions that will reflect the Bushido Code. Pro-life. Make decisions to honor life. If your or other life is in danger, only use necessary force to eliminate the force that is threatening you. Protect others as if you would protect your own life and vice versa. Embrace death as it is merely a part of your whole life. Nobody can escape it, but everyone can live and appreciate life as if it's your last day on this beautiful earth. Honor. Do not succumb into vile insults. This will distract you from what is really important. This will distract you by going outward instead of inward. There is nothing outside that will give you growth. Turn inward instead and you will find what you're looking for, because it was already there all along. Honor yourself, honor others, and gain respect by being honorable. Power will not come to those who force to take it. Power comes naturally with respect. No matter how vile and difficult your opponents are, these are people who showed you a valuable lesson for yourself. Thank and honor them, because courtesy is a sign of presence of mind, not a weakness. Loyalty. Be loyal to the path. Be loyal to difficulties. Be loyal to the people who support you. Be loyal to the growth. Be loyal to your training. Be loyal to the truth. Be loyal to yourself. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Miyamoto Musashi. Rage. However controversial this emotion might be, it is one of the emotions with potentially catastrophic damages for you and others around you. But if you look deeply, you will find that this is one of the most misunderstood emotions that lives inside us for as long as we have dwelt on this beautiful earth. In Arc Raiders, you will encounter individuals or groups that will trigger the deepest residing rage that you may have stored unconsciously within your vessel. These may come unexpectedly or expectedly. The difference between lashing out in anger or make an educated, precise decision on denying yourself to act out in the storm of rage is lying in a shockingly thin line between being the rage or having the blessing to observe the rage. In this video, I will share with you 3 steps so we can understand, act, and transcend rage. Redirecting rage to its full energy potential is crucial, so we can pull out the maximum mental advantage from our own rage. We will go from outside triggers and gradually move towards the inside within ourselves, so we can understand every step from being controlled by rage to ultimately being able to observe and pass rage with grace and honor. Make sure to stick until the end of the video, because every step is important in order for you to be able to keep your mind still like an undisturbed vast ocean in an intense emotional storm. Step number 1. Recognizing triggers. Never respond to an angry person with a fiery comeback, even if he deserves it. Don't allow his anger to become your anger. Bodhi Sanders. Even if you are the calmest, most collected person, an unexpected outside trigger may wake your dormant anger and bring it to the surface faster than you can realize. Recognizing the outside potentially triggering sources is the first step to be able to observe what kind of anger is dwelling within you. If there is no stone thrown into your inner pond, you will have no reason to be disturbed. Sometimes it's other people who throws that stone. Sometimes it's surprisingly yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Some obviously rageful actions of others may trigger your biggest rage, but the same source for others around you, there may be no reaction at all, and vice versa. Everyone is different, and therefore even more important to recognize what is enraging you. There are some archetypical reasons such as dishonesty, betrayal, or even perceived stupidity that can make you rage. But in order to truly understand your personal trigger, you need to be as precise as possible to recognize what is upsetting you and then go from there. Let's look at an example in Arc Raiders. There is this unspoken code that when somebody says, "Don't shoot," you at least try to establish a trust to not shoot each other. After some thought, you let your instinct give into trust and you decide to put your weapon away. But the next moment you realize that the person betrays your trust by shooting you down. This may make you upset, even evoke the feeling of rage. But the real question is, what exactly in that process made you rage? Is it the betrayal? Is it the fact that you were so trusting? Is it because the other person didn't reciprocate your trust? Is it because you lost your loot? Is it because of injustice? Is it because you're playing by the rules and they're not? It could be one reason, it could be multiple reasons at the same time. No matter how many reasons, the most important thing is to identify and make those thoughts and emotions clear as day for yourself. You won't be able to identify what is poisoning you with rage if you don't know which river is poisoned that flows into your inner body of water. So pause, take your time, and make mental or literal notes. Literally write everything down, because there is no wrong or right when it comes to understanding yourself. Step number 2. Allowing the triggers. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Gautama Buddha. In step number 2, we will borrow the philosophy of Zen Buddhism, which is one of the foundations of Bushido to establish a disciplined mind. This will inevitably be the hardest step, because most people are not trained to be aware of the perceived little space between the outside anger and you reacting to it. The reaction feels like immediate. Milliseconds. Your belly fills with the fire that scorches your gentle heart and rises to the top, even burning your inner brain function on the way. It is truly a strong feat to contain such wildfire, because how can a human function if the heart and brain are on fire at the same time? After being aware what makes you rage, there is this space in your mind where you can ask, where is your rage? Remember, from this moment on, it is your rage. Someone threw a poisonous stone into your body of water. It is already in the past. Now we are dealing with your triggered rage that was nudged by that poisonous stone. Is it unfair that somebody threw that stone in the first place? Yes. Can we unthrow that stone? No. That already happened. It is in the past now. It is what it is. What is right now, here in the present moment? Your rage. Can we deal with it? Yes, we certainly can. The moment we react to the rage, we already have burned ourselves and probably others around you. Imagine catching a hot coal thrown at you, while you curse back in anger, still holding that coal in your hand. Our task instead is to catch the coal, realize and be aware that it is actively burning you, and then let go. As you get more experience, you then someday just stop catching, you just let it bounce off you, and the burning will be minimal. The next time you feel the rage rising within you, remember that it is not about trying to suppress your anger. It is about letting it be fire. Realize that it is fire and let go, because fire will eventually extinguish if you don't feed that fire oxygen. Give yourself the time to observe the burning. Close your eyes, feel the sensations within you. Breathe steadily and deeply to accompany through the burning. Over time, you will realize that you don't have to act on that burning sensations. You will realize that you have the power to let go. You will realize that your personal rage and anger is actually there to protect you. Your rage is part of you that has a need to be recognized by you. Imagine a friend getting angry for you in order to protect you, but only for you to shut it down with anger and disgust. Honoring that anger means honoring yourself. Accept your anger and let it transcend into pure energy so you can direct that into an honorable act, even if it's only you, the only one to witness it. Step number 3. Let go of the triggers. Control your anger. If you have anger towards others, they control you. Miyamoto Musashi. Rage is only temporary, but your consciousness is infinite. Literally, in the heat of the moment, we forget that we have this vast ocean of bliss that we call consciousness within us. We also forgot that we have access to it anytime we want to. We only fail to learn this from a young age in this societal structure. Of course, oneself needs to train, meditate, and look inward to be able to perceive it, but that consciousness that resides in you is the same consciousness that is around you. The true nature of conscious reality is never division, it's union. Remember, actions of others that triggers your rage is merely temporary. But you, on the other hand, you are a vessel of infinity. There is no other greater force that is able to be aware of your rage than consciousness itself. You are the one who can observe. You are the one who can make space between outside source and your personal fire. You are the one who carries the ocean of infinity within you. Realize in a comedic universal twist way that the one who threw that poisonous rock at you is also part of your consciousness. There were no separation in the first place. Maybe it is a cruel hidden lesson from consciousness itself to make you see that you actually don't have to be triggered. There is no need, because again, consciousness is not there to divide. Consciousness is there to unite. Unite with your rage, unite with your triggers. Unite with your wound, unite with yourself, so you can unite with the vast ocean of consciousness itself again and again. Realize that you have the power to observe. Realize that you have the might to observe the observer. Realize that you can dive so deep into your own personal wisdom that you seek nothing but connection. Stay connected to your true nature so you can act with honor. Realize that you yourself is the one that deserves to let go of that rage the most. Realize that your rage is there to protect you. It is an automatic mental saving mechanic that has served you when you were young and innocent. You realize that you didn't know better how to handle certain situations, so your anger took over like a protective friend. Realize that you're grown and now are able to give that anger some rest. Realize that you can give that rage back into the stream of the infinite consciousness. Realize that you have the power to be in complete peace. Realize that you deserve nothing but calm and peace. Realize that you are peace. A warrior is always engaged in a life and death struggle for peace. Morihei Ueshiba. How to breathe the warrior's breath. One of the most natural things that we do unconsciously every day is breathing. Yet, when we start to do it consciously, it becomes something entirely different, alien even. It is because you become aware of something that is unbelievably vast and endless, yourself. So, what can we expect in this video? In this video, we go all the way in depth on how to breathe the warrior's breath in 4 simple steps. This is the deep dive video of the first step of my first Bushido Code video. If you haven't seen that one yet, there's a card on the corner of this video right now, or you can click on the link in the comment section below. What I am about to say is very important. I cannot bring you close enough about the importance of watching this video until the end. Reason being, every step in this video is built upon each other, and without those crucial steps and informations, you will not be able to master the warrior's breath. Step number 1. How to be more aware of my breathing. You can only fight the way you practice. Miyamoto Musashi. Getting aware of your own breathing is a crucial first step for the warrior's breath. But how do I do that? There are many ways to achieve this, but what worked for me the best is to attach your breathing to a physical sensation. I call it the physical gateway to flow. Here's how to understand it in simple terms. The simplest sensation to be aware of is how your chest is rising gently when you breathe in and how it falls gently when breathing out. How long should you be breathing in and out? Keep in mind that there is no right or wrong, but a good time measure would be: breathe in 4 counts through your nose, hold 2 counts, exhale for 6 counts through your mouth. It is important to breathe deeply into your stomach, but for now, the moving chest sensation is your simplest yet most effective tool for the warrior's breath. So what are the important things to keep in mind for the warrior's breath? 2 things. Ground yourself by being aware of your chest rising and falling with your breathing. The second thing is to breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 2 counts, and breathe out for 6 counts. This is the basis of all breathing. It is perfect for learning, but you will also learn soon enough that life will bring you unexpected jabs and confrontations on your way that will manifest tensions in your body. Step number 2. How to be aware of my tensions. A man cannot understand the art he is studying if he only looks for the end result without taking the time to delve deeply into the reasoning of the study. Miyamoto Musashi. Let's look at an example in arc raiders. Next time, when you get shot and you get invited to an active confrontation, listen closely to your own body. Even if the confrontation didn't catch you by surprise, your body will naturally tense up even if you're not aware of it. It's a natural reaction to a simulated, threatening situation. But isn't this only a video game? Yes, it is only a video game. But that doesn't make your natural reactions to it any less real. If you have ever played a VR game or watched a movie, you'll know. Your primal bodily functions doesn't distinguish well enough between a simulated reality and reality itself. It's because it is still the same projection of consciousness. But this is a topic for another video. So how can I use arc raiders to train my warrior's breath? In arc raiders, you will encounter tense situations, and those tensions will manifest in your muscles. We're talking about a span of milliseconds. Here's how you can be more aware of your tensions. Scan your whole body from top to bottom and recognize your tensions. No judgmental thoughts, only awareness. It could be tensions in your ear, your jaw, your neck, your shoulder, stomach, fingers, butt cheeks. It could be one big region, or it could be several muscles at the same time. Be aware of all of it. Meanwhile, at the same time, redirect your radar to a cover, identify the threat's direction, and breathe the warrior's breath. Do not be discouraged or distracted not to breathe deeply. It may feel like you're doing 1,000 layers of work at the same time, but the basis is and will always be the same. Keep yourself grounded and be aware of your body by breathing. How often should you do this? It is not about getting into this mindset only when you are getting shot. It is about being already in this mindset when you get shot. So the more you are used to do this in your everyday life, the more natural it's gonna be for you to scan your body no matter the situation. Step number 3. How to release my tensions. In battle, if you make your opponent flinch, you have already won. Miyamoto Musashi. Now that you are more aware of your tensions, it is time to release them through conscious breathing, so you can ground and keep yourself calm as an undisturbed body of water. Keep in mind that additionally to this, you are still in the emotional storm of your confrontation with the raider who shot you. Are you still aware of the tensions in your muscles? Good. It's time to breathe and let the tensions melt into the floor. Remember how the exhale is longer counts than the inhale? It is designed to release more tensions than building them up. Breathe specifically into one muscle group, and when you breathe out, let it melt through your spine into the floor. If you are worried that you might be too relaxed and on the verge of collapsing your spine, listen to this. It is about keeping your posture up just the way you are sitting right now, but keep a completely relaxed internal structure so you have more space for yourself to make calm and effective decisions. You will be amazed how fast you can get yourself relaxed again as soon as you get into this mindset, the physical gateway to flow. Empty your mind, relax your body, focus on breathing, flow like water. Step number 4, the final step, fight back calmly. Both in fighting and in everyday life, you should be determined, though calm. Miyamoto Musashi. Even though the storm that you are in will relentlessly send you thousands of reasons to deter you from being focused on your breathing, you have been 1001 time training and focusing yourself on the breathing. So how do I fight back calmly? Fighting back calmly merely means that you are living your everyday life calmly. There is no better foundation to cultivate when you practice the warrior's breath in your everyday life. It doesn't matter when you do it for 5 seconds, 10 or 10,000 seconds. More important is that you do this every day. But why is it important to do it every day? It is not about how you can do 10,000 things in one day. It is about doing one thing for 10,000 days. You will notice that your Bushido mindset will become more second nature, or maybe even your true nature. What should you do with this mindset now? It's time to fight back. Determined, though calm. Look through your inventory and use everything you got to make an advantage. Keep your breath steady and deep while you execute every tactics. Mark my words, as this is also very important. So much so, I will most definitely talk and deep dive about this in another video. No matter the outcome, just remind yourself in Arc Raiders we have the luxury that we can repeat this process over and over again. But do not let that distract you. Play and breathe as though it is your last breath. Only then you will find out that with the union of your own death, everything that is temporary will fade into the void, leaving you with the most important thing in this materialistic world. Something that is universal, eternal, and the greatest gift you got. Despite facing the harsh reality that is always trying to bring you down, or even tries to actively kill you in different ways, you are able to gift yourself your own true, pure bliss. No distraction, pure focus on the moment, your own flow, your gun as an extension of your sharpest mind weapon, your honor, your loyalty to yourself, and the eternal consciousness manifested as a vast, undisturbed body of water, witnessing true beauty of this world in this exact moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. See first with your mind, then with your eyes, and finally with your body. Yagyu Munenori. Step number 1. Be aware of yourself. When you get shot in Arc Raiders, your body will inevitably enter into a fight, freeze, or flee state. Being aware of it is the first step to correctly compose yourself, as this gives you the ability to observe the reactions that are happening within your body. It may be tightened muscles in your shoulders, cramped abs, high tension leg muscles. Whatever it is, be aware of it as much as possible. The moment you are aware of any of these muscles, let them go. Let them melt into the floor. It is not about collapsing your body into endless relaxedness. It is about keeping your structure just the way you are right now, but have the soft and relaxed inner structure within. Breathing the warrior's breath is a major help in this moment. Check out the video link in the top right corner where I go in depth in that matter. Keep in mind that all this happens within milliseconds. While being aware of your inner world, move your radar into safety, into the next possible cover calmly. Assess the situation, pinpoint the direction of the enemy shots, communicate effectively with your teammates using the in-game pings. Do whatever is necessary to keep yourself calm and make decisions that will manifest advantages in your current situation. It seems like you are doing 1,000 things at the same time, and truth to be told, you are actually doing 1,000 things at the same time. In my other video about the warrior's breath, we focused on the sensations of your breathing and focusing on your chest, how it rises and falls while you are breathing. Additionally to that, if you are ready, you can expand your consciousness and breath and breathe into the muscle tensions that you successfully identified to be tense. Additionally to that, when you are able, focus on your emotions that feels like a burning wildfire and breathe into them to calm yourself. Consciousness is like a bubble around you from within you. You can hyper-focus into one specific region, or you can expand consciousness like a huge bubble around your body so it encompasses your whole body, making you aware of everything that is within the bubble. Everything that bubble touches, make them melt into the floor and relax without losing your structure. Step number 2. How to keep composure. Integrity is the light by which the warrior walks through darkness. Anonymous. Being aware of yourself and committing to keep yourself composed is the first step to be able to access to a higher meaning of decision making. By being composed, you will not only bring yourself to a situation where you can detach from the emotional storm that feels like a natural violent force, you can actually become the natural violent force yourself, but in a calm way. Being aware of your body and mind tensions is one thing, keeping that state of mind of composure is another. It is not about becoming aware of yourself only in dire situations, it is about becoming aware of yourself in mundane, everyday life situations. The moment where emotional wildfire spreads, you will be tested what you have been training in your daily life. It is not about being better than the other person, it is about being more aware of the yesterday you. Practice mindfulness in every moment, while you speak, eat, have a nap, lie down in your bed, sit, hug your loved one, even how you water plants, open the door for others, go up the stairs, help the elders go across the road. Allow yourself to be aware of every tension in every aspect of your life. Most people carry tensions in their body that they are not even aware of. Release those tensions and enjoy an inner structure that is one with the flow, one with gravity. Now feel exactly why you are sitting right now. Pause and be aware of how you sit. Make these pauses your habit throughout your everyday life, because the more you use to turn on the switch of awareness, the more you can let it stay turned on for a longer time. This training is nothing else than training your focus. The focus to be aware. Feel with every breath which tension you can release into the floor without you changing your pose that you're in right now. It is a very minute difference. The difference between sitting on the chair or sitting through the chair. The next time when you are walking, do these pauses while your physical body is moving. This is more advanced as it is more difficult to be aware while you have a moving body. Do not let yourself deter from being aware, and as you walk, try to figure out how to walk and let go of your tensions at the same time. When you do this successfully, you'll enjoy the oneness with flow and gravity. You can call this mindful exercise, for example, walking meditation. Be aware anytime so you are prepared to stay in the mental state even when the wildfire spreads. Only then you will have access to the higher moral decision making, because you can bless yourself by staying aware and awake. In battle, we cannot rise into our expectations. Instead, we fall into how much we trained for these situations. Before we get to our final step, number 3, if you have more questions about how to train mindfulness through gaming, you can join our Discord, where you can connect with like-minded people there. We are very active and we cultivate a fun, authentic, and for now, a little community where we share our thoughts, ideas, and experiences with each other. If you want to support my content even more, you can join our Patreon, so we all can ensure that I can put out these videos in the future with ease because of your generous support. Let's get back into the video to our final step. Step number 3, the final step, living the Bushido Code. Honor is the foundation of Bushido, the key to both loyalty and duty. Anonymous. When you have mastered the art of composure, it is time for you to live by the higher morals, the Bushido Code. It is not about living by the code rigidly, as this is no doctrine. It is more like a North Star that can guide you to lead to a place of higher moral. It is not about following the code blindly. It is about knowing yourself so much that you can live by your decisions without any shame. Even if you feel shame, that is all right. The North Star is there to gently guide you always to the path of higher moral. Honor is the foundation of Bushido, the key to both loyalty and duty. Honoring yourself is the first step to be able to obtain inner wisdom. Be patient with yourself. Be disciplined with yourself and your training. Be loving and kind to yourself so you can repeat these trainings every day. It is not about doing 10,000 things in one day. It is about doing one thing 10,000 days. Every day, honor and be kind to yourself first. Show up for yourself and go from there. When you start honoring yourself, you will notice that it is easier to honor someone else. Remember that while serving the higher morals, the foundation will always be the same. This is not a one and done operation. These are 1,000 operations at the same time, only able to do when you have done your due diligence with 10,000 days. It is a journey and always will be. Commit yourself for a cause in what you believe in and fulfill those duties with honor. Find like-minded people who are gladly carrying the same frequency as you and hold them close and be loyal to them. Protect them like you would protect yourself. Serve a higher cause and do not betray yourself with dishonorable actions. Live true to yourself so you can live true for others. This is what you are made of. This is who we truly are. We are made out of the very fabric of our existence. We are made out of stardust, and there is no reason to attack our kind. If someone does this to you, you will know with your expanded consciousness that you don't have to identify with it, as you have found for yourself your true nature. We are made out of many different emotions. Even the so-called ugly ones are part of us. But when we learn that we can be aware of those, we no longer let them control ourselves. Even if others around you are falling into emotional chaos, it is okay. You don't have to. But do not forget that you can if you want to. It is not about being cold, it is about being who we truly are, all at the same time. Broken, repaired, strong, weak, perished, loved, abandoned, praised, destroyed. Whatever emotions are moving inside us, in the end, what's left is your true self, your true wisdom. The wisdom that we are composed of all of these different pieces of yourself. And with true honor, loyalty, duty, and love, you will find out that these are the things that what you are made of. These are the things that you are composed of. Be aware of your true nature and compose yourself. This message comes straight from my heart. With this video, I will remind you of your true potential. I will mention the Bushido Code and metaphors with arc raiders to remind you how detachment works and how it can heal you when you face hardship. When you're in the middle of an emotional storm, it is hard to let go. It is hard to face the truth. It is hard to see that even this storm that you're in right now will pass. It is a gentle reminder that you're okay the way you are no matter what you own or don't own. In the end, it is about letting go. So instead of owning things, things doesn't ultimately own you. Let me remind you that ultimately you're free. Free to grow with every detachment that you're able to do in Arc Creators and in real life. I will share with you 3 heartfelt steps that will remind you how you can detach, so in the end you will not be hurt but instead set free from suffering. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. Make sure to go through all the steps until the end so you can choose freedom over desperation and fear. This choice won't be easy, as I think these are advanced mental, spiritual, and self-embodiment practices. But don't forget how far you came until now. Let me remind you of your true, powerful nature. Step number 1. Be aware of your attachments. To win any battle, you must fight as if you are already dead. Miyamoto Musashi. Have you ever noticed how you're afraid to go in with a certain weapon in Arc Raiders? How you're afraid to lose it? Instead of finding out how to handle this powerful weapon, in the end it just collects dust as you go in with low-risk weapons that are easier to craft. I know I have. Some weapons were so rare I couldn't dare to bring it with me, until I realized that I don't really know how that weapon works. It is nothing to be ashamed about. It is actually a perfect opportunity to reflect on what I was fearing the most. There are many things that come to my mind when I think about that fear. I fear to lose something valuable. I fear I might never get something as valuable as this weapon. I might lose it to a raider who don't deserve it because I deem them as unworthy. I fear that I'm not good enough in combat, that I lose a fight I should 100% win. These thoughts are not weaknesses. These thoughts are my ego talking. These are natural ways to deal with fear. These may seem something that will only happen in Arc Raiders, but if you look closely, there will be parallels in real life. What are the things that you're most afraid of in real life? What activities are actually keeping you from growth? What activities preventing you from facing your deep-rooted fear? Being aware of those resistances that births from a place of ego is the very first baby step to be able to detach. You cannot create tangible distance when you don't know what you are distancing from. It's like trying to avoid bodies of water because you're afraid to drown while you are actively drowning in one yourself. Find a quiet place for yourself. Take deep breaths and scan your being about the things you're actively afraid to lose. Make notes about these fears and acknowledge them with pure understanding and presence. Trying to change the fear in this step will only make the fear even worse. Try to see them as a good friend who's actively trying to prevent you from being hurt. Welcome them wholeheartedly like you would welcome a good old tired best friend. Only then your fears will be able to find a place where they can call home. Step number 2. Hear your attachments out. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. Miyamoto Musashi. Fear of losing something is in our very nature. We find something valuable throughout our lives and we are bound to make sure these things are secure, just like in Arc Raiders, but also in real life. It is in our nature to protect things that matter to us a lot. Sometimes we feel like everything is alright, but you might not realize that you're dwelling only on the surface. You've become so much accustomed to the normal madness and don't realize how much of a burden your body is used to carry. Many people I know fear silence the most. They keep themselves busy, not for growth's sake, but for being busy's sake. In the end, they're busy so they don't have to face their own inner demons. It's like trying to tidy up a messy house, thinking about how you could redecorate the interior of the house while the house is actively on fire. The reasonable first step would be to extinguish the fire first, but many people don't want to go through that route because it may cause discomfort, unsafety, or even pain. This is how much some people avoid pain, sometimes even over decades. Let me tell you about a story of a professor who held a glass of water in front of the students and asked, "How heavy is this glass? Water included." The students replied one by one, 200 gram, 300 gram, and so on. The professor then said, "Probably somebody is right about the weight, but I wanted to tell you something different. And this is also true. The weight of this glass depends on how long you hold it. The longer you hold, the more it weighs. Because muscles without rest can only hold so much as they are capable of. This is the same with emotions. Emotions need to flow. When they're stuck because we hold them in, it can cause to make you feel heavy and not free. In the end, it can even lead you to sickness if you don't learn how to let go, because that's the sign how your body tells you that they're at their limit. So listen to your resistances, fears, and tensions. They are ready to tell you something in order for you to be able to grow. Grow into a version of you that is more free and capable of things you always dreamed about. But in order for you to be that version, you need to be ready to separate yourself from an older version of you. That means it is bound by leaving the comfort zone and maybe even feel and go through pain. Never let yourself be saddened by separation. Separation itself is the process of growth. It may feel like death, but the moment everything crumbles and the shattered mirror of your image all fell down to the floor, you may think that everything is broken now. But you will realize that the pieces of mirror of yourself you held up so dearly didn't fall to the ground. Instead, it all fell into the place where they actually belong, because behind that mirror lies another version of you that is one step closer to your true self. Listen to all of the resistances so you can find out who you truly are, your true nature of being. Before we get to the most important final step, I wanted to invite you to our Discord server where you can meet and talk about Bushido Code and philosophy with great like-minded people. We cultivate a very fun, caring and beautiful community that are very supportive of each other. It is a small community right now, but nothing is in the way to make it grow together. The link is in the description down below. If you have any questions about mindfulness, your questions are definitely very welcome there. Now for the important last step. Step number 3, final step, detach. Be detached from desire your whole life long. Miyamoto Musashi. This final step and the words I'm sharing with you is dedicated only for you. I know you have struggled in the past days, weeks, or even months, but your true being is stronger than anything life is throwing at you. Feel the things that life is throwing at you, but know that you are made out of the very fabric of life itself. You are the very definition of life. The moment you detach and let go of the fear of death, you become whole. But also know that death is the ultimate lesson. In Arc Raiders, you can rehearse this again and again, but in real life, you only got one shot, because every ego wants to naturally prevent death. Knowledge is knowing that pain, suffering, and death exists. Wisdom is when you know the only way to become your true self is to accept death wholly. Once you accept death into your daily life, you will see that detaching from pain and fear becomes different. It becomes relative to death. I'm not saying it's gonna be easier, but it will be a different experience. Do not let your fears dictate how to live your life. Live your life exactly how your own death is telling you. It is not about choosing death when you have the chance, but rather knowing that accepting death will give you the ultimate space to live a life with less or even without fear of judgment, failure, or death. Let me remind you that you are not the fear inside you. You are water that flows through a stream of intelligent universal fabric, a flow that awaits lots of unimaginable surprise for you. You can either flow through the stream, tense like a log, or relax, let go of your tensions and fear, enjoy the stream, and trust that everything is already worked out for you. I know that the trusting process is a hard one. I do struggle with it a lot myself, but this is a gentle reminder that we deserve all the good things that are awaiting us right here, right now. Remember, by detaching, you make space for the beautiful things that the Bushido Code values the most, in Arc Raiders and in real life respectfully. Honor. Honor yourself, your enemies, your resistances, your fears, your inner true wisdom that will lead you to a version of yourself that you already are. It is not about adding layers of knowledge, it is about peeling layers away so what stays and lives is your true core. Loyalty. Be loyal to the person who supports you the most. Be loyal to the people who sees through your inner defense mechanism. Be loyal to your true self that lingers deep within you and waits patiently for it to bloom. Benevolence, compassion and mercy is the key to a life that is based on love and understanding. Understand death and you will find a way of life that is fiercely pro-life. Respect. Respect yourself foremost and don't let your enemies drag you down into their disrespectful behavior. Cultivate respect even in the depth of despair and you will learn that you are a pillar of respect between heaven and earth. Rectitude. Do the right thing that you deem worthwhile to live for. Being a pillar between heaven and earth also means no hesitation in acting swiftly for what you deem as right. Courage. To stand your ground, you need to practice strength to act rightly. Courage is not only about having the courage to go outward and forward, sometimes it also means the courage to step back and go inward. And finally, honesty. Be honest to the parts of yourself that are maybe deemed unworthy of love. Shame, weakness, sadness, anger, fear, dishonesty are all feelings that desperately want to be part of yourself. Be honest and let them be exactly what they are. Let them feel what they are, and then gently detach and give them space so they can finally be home within you. To end this part, a final anecdote about a vision and a talk I had with my private death. I felt like I was in a space where I couldn't fall further down. Later, I realized I didn't fall down. I fell exactly to the place where I belong to. In front of me stood my own death, a person. Ironically, the very definition and appearance of death. A black hooded shrouded skeleton with a huge scythe. I asked him with hesitation, "I'm lost in life. What should I do?" He then said to me gently, "Go back and live your life as you deem right. Until the moment comes, you can trust me that I will wait for you and I will gently pick you up like a good friend." Please like this video if you got any values out of it, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any videos, and be the first to support me on Patreon so you get your names honored forever in the end of my videos. See you in the next one. Have you ever been shot in the back in arc raiders without visible reason? Have you ever wanted to extract only to get denied exit by camping rats? Have you ever fought the arcs only to get shot in the back again? These may seem like cruel actions that has no apparent value, but in actuality, they do. They are hidden in plain sight. Don't worry, I will tell you about its every meanings in the end of this video, but first let's talk about what understanding means. Do not mistake understanding for realization, and do not mistaken realization for liberation. Tibetan saying. We use the word understanding for different kind of layers. There is understanding of an idea, a concept, and intellectual theories. Words that we convey are mostly rooted in this layer. Then there is understanding of emotions. It is broadly known as empathy. It's called self-empathy if you understand your own emotions. But these are not true understanding when we talk about the spiritual path. Yes, it is important to learn the differences, but true understanding is not realization. Realizations may get you closer to liberation, but it is still not true understanding. So what is true understanding? You see, understanding cannot be understood. It's a frequency. It's like tuning into a radio. It's either you feel it or you don't. And even if you don't feel it, understanding is about accepting that you might not feel that frequency in that moment. As you can tell, when we talk about the meaning of true understanding, it can get paradox real quick. The reason for that is quite simple. It's because the nature of understanding is paradox. Our whole existence is based on paradoxes. We are living and dying at the same time every second that passes. You have living cells simultaneously as dying cells within your body. So how can one pass on these lessons if it's paradox? This is exactly the reason why spiritual teachers talk more in pictures through the layers of words. Let me give you an example. The moment you think you're in the flow, you are already one step too late. To challenge the thought that you think that you're not bound by any higher powers, you only have to hold your breath long enough. Knowing one's depth is like trying to know the depth of our oceans. We know so little, but we surely know that it's deep. So what is true understanding? True understanding is the ability to experience your inner world as is. Whatever life is throwing at you in the moment, when you can observe the different layers in the very moment, you are in a state of mind of understanding. Understanding is the gateway to live your true nature. What is your true nature? Easier way to answer this question is to tell you what your true nature is not. You're not the emotions that you feel. Different kind of emotions will arise, such as anger, sadness, joy, regret, but all of these will pass. It is not your true nature. Your thoughts, your ideas, your constructs of ideas that you have built up over the years, decades even, are not your true nature. Dig deeper and you have your unconscious mind that dictates most of our lives without you even knowing it. But this is also not your true nature. Dig deeper, and if you dig deep enough, you'll experience that there is a void in you. It may feel powerfully empty, but that void is connected to the whole universe because it's made of the same very fabric that this universe is made of. That void feels like nothing, but at the same time, that nothing is everything. But you are able to observe all of this. That observing part, that is your true nature. Consciousness is your true nature. So what does this have to do with the arc raider situations that I mentioned in the beginning? I will answer that in a moment, but this is important. Observe that you carry this void alone, but at the same time you are connected with everyone and everything around you. True understanding means experiencing the universal connection that we carry within all the time. Understanding is a frequency, and that frequency is your consciousness. Consciousness can be only experienced in a vessel with true presence. That presence is just waiting for us to explore within. Only a truly present vessel will be able to live the universal oneness, and that is true understanding. Now with all that, let's explore the lessons in arc raiders. When you get shot in the back with no apparent reason, when you get angry, it's the lack of understanding that someone seemingly random raider decided to shoot you in the back and loot your stuff. You might get angry or disappointed that you lose the gear to a betrayal, but those gears were never yours in the first place. It is part of the cycle, and you were merely giving it back to the stream and gave it to the next person in line, because the other raider is also part of you. And those camping rats at the extraction point, these are raiders that touches you in the worst part of your existence. A part that is against all morals that you uphold with all of your heart, but in the end, these are all ideas. Ideas, as we know, are not your true nature. Understanding includes that these raiders are part of you that reminds you to let go of a part that they have direct access for you to bring out a reaction. Understanding means no separation. Feel connection and you will be able to rise closer to your true nature. Fighting the arc and get shot in the back, same thing as the ones above, but this time it's about betrayal of one's kind. Instead of helping out, they shot you in the back for easy loot. Understanding realizes that there are darker side in us as humanity. Of course, arc raiders is a simulated reality, but that doesn't mean that these brutal realities doesn't exist in real life. But these are not our true nature. Our true nature is realizing that we all have these potentially destructive capabilities in us, and yet we have the power to do good things. If only we all understood who we really are. If you have learned something valuable out of this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel to not miss any future videos about philosophy and gaming. Please join our Discord server to talk and mingle with like-minded people. We cultivate a fun and respectful community that shares ideas, memes, discussions, and other good stuff. Link is in the comment section down below. Thank you. With all that, I'll see you all in the next video. RinoPlaysTV out.